Hello everyone, I just took delivery of a little box that came from the Bandit, so I thought I would do a quick unboxing video with you, seeing that I haven't done an unboxing video for Yankee Doodle Dandies. Well, hello everyone, welcome. I'm Katie. This is a Fountain Pen Awakening, and today I thought we could do a good old-fashioned unboxing video, seeing that 2026 has been such a low buy year for me. So grab yourself a cup of coffee or beverage of your choice. I have real cream in my coffee. It's such a game changer, people. It's such a game changer. At the moment, I'm sitting outside on my veranda. It's a nice balmy day today. We have some dapple lighting over here. I love the way that the Desk Bandit always writes a thank you, Kate, enjoy note. Now, I bought some Lennon toolbar inks this time round because I wanted to give them a little bit of a try, because Rebecca sent me, as part of her bundle of inks, some Lennon toolbar, and I've been really enjoying those inks. I repurchased a sample of Age of a Aurum from First Will Press. I wanted to get the bottle of it, but it was super expensive, so I didn't get that yet. And then I got this Uni One gel pen, Yogurt Rose Gold. I've been seeing these around. Sorry about the noise, guys. And they're super cute. By that I mean that I've seen other content creators use them to write with, and I really like this yogurt and rose gold one, so I got it. And this is the 0.5 mil. I like to write with the 0.5 mil or less. That's super cute. I like that. You get the little Haribo Golden Bears or Gummy Bärchen. We used to get the Tim Tam, so they're not doing Tim Tams anymore. I'm not blaming them. They're probably so expensive. The state of the world and how groceries have gone up is just like out of control. So got little gummy bärchen, and then I got some washi tape, like little stars hanging down. Very pretty. And then let me get that out the way. I just fast forwarded through that. I didn't want to put you through the noise factor. So that's the King of Midas, Age of Aurum, that I got another sample of. Then I've got Lennon Toolbar Bird Monster, Lennon Toolbar Dodging Oolong Tea. Now I've gone for a lot of greens, because if you watched my previous video, I was umming and ahhing about buying a bottle of Sagaya from Fan, but then I thought I'll hold my horses on it and try some other greens. So Lennon Toolbar Shishizi, that's another one that I've been wanting to try. The Tuzla Bua from Troublemaker Ink. It looks like it's a bit of a dupe for Inaho, so I thought I'd try that as well. Lennon Toolbar Sesame Oil. Now, I've seen this mentioned from other creators from their swatching journeys. Lennon Toolbar Fenshi. Sorry about my pronunciation, guys. Another Troublemaker Ink, Tablea. That looks interesting. Then we've got Troublemaker Sepia Hour. We have got Diamine Sepia. We have got Lennon Toolbar Wearingeul Pochong Tea, so that's another green one. And then I've got Fan Summer Evening Sky. So they're going to be kind of orangey, dusky, orangey, terracotta, kind of yellowy ones. These are going to be sort of my, and I think a Lennon Toolbar will be that too. And then greens, and then these ones, just because I want to see if I can find a dupe for Inaho. That looks a little bit more brown, that one there. And that one I really love. But I've noticed it's quite similar to Inaho as well. That is my mini haul from my lovely supplier that I always go to, which is Bandit. They're located in Western Australia, around Perth. They do ship internationally as well. That's where I get a lot of my interesting inks from. They stock a lot of brands that, you know, are from Asia that you can't get in other places. So I'm really glad for that. All right, so I'm going to have a little bit of fun doing some swatches with those. Just for your information, I know that a lot of you don't like my ASMR kind of a video situation when I put the music on and do swatching and stuff like that. I noticed that with my past couple of videos that wasn't a hit. So what I'm going to start doing now is putting chapters. You can go down into the description box and you can read in there where all the timestamps are. So if you don't want to watch a part of my video, you can skip. Also, I keep forgetting to say that to everyone, but I do put all the information in my description box about what my videos are about the supplies that I'm using, about other videos that might be of interest to you. Look, I don't know what's happening with my channel. People don't seem to be seeing my video. People told me who are subscribed don't get notifications that my videos are popping up. So I just ask everyone for a bit of help. If you do interact with my channel, even if you don't love my content, if you just give me a like, that might help to push the algorithm, you know, the pesky algorithm that everybody talks about. And I've been hearing all sorts of stories about other content creators, even big content creators, that, you know, their viewers are getting unsubscribed. They're not reaching the audience that they used to. I think it's got to do with the fact that, you know, just recently YouTube has automatically put auto dub on videos, and then if you don't go in there and click on some settings, you get all these weird languages, and maybe people you know, watch this video and they hear this weird kind of language happening. So I'm sorry for those of you who do follow me, who've been thinking what's going on. Anyway, long story short, I'd really love to reach at least 800 subscribers by the end of this year. If you could get to 1,000, that would be even better. So please, if you do happen to pop onto my videos and you watch a little bit of a section of it, it would really help if you did watch the whole lot. It would really help if you left a like, even if you don't want to write a comment. All these things we ask because for some reason YouTube is cracked down really heavily, and it's up to us content creators to ask you guys just popping in and watching the videos, even if you're not subscribed to the channel, if you just give it a like, just for the sake of saying, hey, I appreciate the effort that you've put in. So having said that, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and do some swatching of these new inks. Alright, so I've set myself up for some swatching action. I'm going to put the video on time lapse now. It'll probably have some music going on. It'll be a little bit of ASMR. If you don't like that, then I would suggest to click on the timestamps below, so it'll bring you to the end of the video and I can come back to you once the inks are dry and have a bit of a chat to you about what the situation may be. As you can see, I've put the washi tape there. Cute. It's a little bit of a pocket pen, so it's quite small to write with, not very comfortable. I opened up my gummy bearshin. I've got some swatching tools here. I've just put my little swatch holder in there. Got my little paintbrush, acrylic stamp, cocktail, muddler, and then my Ira Utsushi pen, dip pen. I tell you what, Golden Bears and coffee is not a great combo. Okay, so here we are. That's still drying a bit. As we can see, I have gone for orangey pinky terracottas, and I've gone for interesting greens to the sagey bluey greeny ones, greeny greys. As I've stated many times, I'm someone who likes a grey, greeny, muddy, swampy kind of ink. Very interestingly, I was very attracted to this color, but I feel that this is going to be super, super light, whereas that's a nicer color. This is similar to Sugaya from Fan Yan Tan, but I think this has got less chroma shading in it. This is an interesting ink, but I feel that that would be too light in a pen. I'm loving this Dong Ding Oolong Tea. That's lovely. Excuse me, birdie. And this is the Wenshan Pushong. I really like that too. That's kind of like a greeny beigey color. Now the TMK Tosla Bua, which I thought would look a little bit like Inaho, is a lot more yellow. So that's the Sagaya, just to show. That's a lot lighter. That's got a lot more green in it. And then Inaho. See, it's got more of a greeny on the yellow side. This has got more of a green, but on the orangey side, pinky side. And I kind of compared it to the writing here because it's got some warm undertones in there. So that's the age of Aurum, and it could be quite similar in the undertones there. So I feel it's similar, but it's not quite the ticket. It's kind of darker. Isn't it a shame that we've, well, I missed the boat on Inaho. I could have bought a bottle, but I didn't because I didn't realize how much I really actually liked it. Interesting. So I'm very pleased with those inks. I really love these greeny, murky colors. I love sesame oil. That's super interesting. And I like this Troublemaker Sepia Hour too. I wanted to compare what the Diamine Sepia would be compared to that. And I just wanted to check out the Fan Yan Tan Summer Evening, but I've got a lot of inks that are very similar. Actually, that looks very similar to Redunk. Sort of. Actually, Sepia Hour in the writing. Interesting. What about this one here? I'm looking forward to putting these Lennon toolbars in a pen. I have Miscanthus Hills in this, and it writes beautifully. This is a cursive smooth italic nib, and even though it's a shimmer ink, it just writes really smooth, and I wasn't expecting that, and I wasn't expecting it to be that legible too. Let me show you. See, look how beautiful it writes. And it does have the shimmer in there, but the shimmer is quite evenly distributed. The particulates are quite tiny, so I've had no problem with the Miscanthus Hills, so I love that. And then I had another sample that Rebecca sent me, and that was really interesting. So I thought I'd give them a go because I haven't really tried Lennon Toolbar inks, and then I'm kind of really liking the Fan Yan Tan inks. I have a video up about my Fan Yan Tan ink brand, an exploration video on, so if you haven't watched that, go check that out. As I'm going on in my journey, I'm discovering the colors that I like, so now I'm targeting my purchases to the inks that I appreciate and really like writing with, as opposed to just trying inks for the sake of trying them, and then, you know, I just do a swatching with them and don't use them and they just accumulate, and I don't want to be wasteful. So that's my mini haul. This is a cute little pen. This is definitely a cute washi tape. Those are my colors.
Well, hello, I thought I'd just pop back on. It's a few days later and the inks are dry, and I thought that I would come outside in daylight and show you how the colors have dried. I've also added down the bottom here some Rhodia paper to test the colors on for comparison. And I have swatched them up on my ink cards. Quickly, I just wanted to show you Age of Aurum with Leaded Tear. Now, even if in the swatch they're not very similar, however, the writing is quite comparable, so I thought that would be interesting to showcase. Now, the reason why I only swatch on Rhodia paper and Tamoe River paper and my Wearingeul swatch cards is because these are the only papers I actually ever use. All my stuff that I have is Hobonichi, realistically, notepads and other kind of types of stationery. I always get it with the Tamoe River paper. It's the easiest paper for me to find, and it's just the nicest paper that I use to swatch with. I think it just showcases the colors beautifully. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any other recommendations for papers that are similar to Tamoe River paper and give you a good writing experience, or allow the inks to shine through, so to speak. So that's why I only kind of swatch on these three types of paper. I find that the Rhodia paper is always a little bit darker in the swatches. It is a little bit of a drier paper to write on as well. As you can see here, this is really dark, the tableau here, and the Wenchang Pushongs has gone down really dark. I feel that maybe it's because the swatches are smaller. These look grayer, the Dongding Oolong looks grayer. These ones on the lighter side seem to have come across pretty similar. That's kind of come across as much more browny as opposed to this greeny here. And this ink is very interesting, the tableau. It goes down brown and then it does dry to this greeny, yellowy, mustardy, kind of swampy color, whereas here it's just literally stayed brown and it's got a bit of a black sheen to it. I'm loving sesame oil out of this haul. I think that's my favorite. The Diamine Sepia is very, very similar to Leatherwood Honey, Van Dieman's Leatherwood Honey, and I've done a writing comparison side to side, which I will show you in a minute. This is really nice. I like the Sepia Hour. This yellow coming through, it's kind of like a peachy, pinky. It reminds me a little bit of Roy Dunk from Jacques Herbin, and that just seems to be the Fan Yan 10 Summer Evening Sky, a lighter version of that. And they kind of seem all pretty similar on this paper, on the Tamoe River paper, on the Rhodia paper, and on the swatch card. This one's pretty cool. I like this. It's an interesting greeny, browny yellow, mustardy color. The tableau is interesting too. As I said before, it goes down brown and then it sort of dries a little bit lighter, so it's got some dark greens in there. It's got a sheen, a little bit of a sheen, or I should say a shading kind of halo, and that is it looks to me to be dark green, possibly black, but yeah, it's got a few colors happening in there. The Dongdin Oolong tea, that's very grey on this paper. It's more interesting on the Tamoe River paper, to be honest. It does have a little bit of halo here, or, you know, shading. This is a really nice color. I like that. The Bird Monster, again, it looks grayer on these papers. This is super, super light. It has some pinks coming through. This is the Shishi Z. Yeah, I don't think that'll be great in a pen, to be honest with you guys. Again, this one too, the Finchi Ye, very, very light color. Pretty, but very, very light. And this writing here, it looks sort of greyish. And then the Wenchang Pushong tea, which is quite interesting. This has sort of got yellows coming through, a yellow, greeny, grey situation. Yeah, so let me know in the comment section below what kind of inks you have what colors you have, what you enjoy. Lennon Toolbar is a new ink to me, so I have got a fair few of them so I can try them out. So far, I think these two are very wet writers, so I'm looking forward to putting them in a pen. Anyway, what I did want to show you was the comparison of Van Diemen's Leatherwood Honey with Diamine Sepia. They're exactly the same in the writing samples. The swatch samples, this comes across as a little bit more orangey. This comes across as being a little bit more yellow. But where did I see the color? I think it was Karina from Karina Loves to Plan. She was doing a video about some of her favorite inks, and I think she showcased this sepia, the Diamine sepia, and I thought, oh my goodness, that's a dupe for Leatherwood Honey. So I did want to get that because I wanted to compare these two. I do have a bottle of my Leatherwood Honey. It was one of the first bottled inks that I bought. I really love the way this yellow comes through. This seems to be a little bit toned down. This gets more yellow coming through, but you know, tomato kind of thing. They look very similar to me in the writing. And this is good to know because I feel like the Diamine ink writes a little bit better than the Leatherwood Honey. This ink tends to be a little bit drier, and this flows really well. So I've put them in the same pen, which is the Twisby Aluminium Sunset, just to see like for like. But yeah, really happy with that. And then that means that I can buy, if I need to buy a bottle, I can buy the little bottles because some Diamine do little bottles as well as their big bottles. Also, again, a reminder, any products, any inks, everything is in my description box below. Any other videos of interest, I will link below. So it makes it easy for you guys to check another video of mine out. Yeah, so thank you very much for hanging out with me. Let me know down below in the comment sections what your favorite ink is, any experiences that you have, if you have a favorite brand, give me some advice. This is kind of my color palette. I like a sort of a more toned down, a sort of grey greeny, rather than something that's more, let's say, saturated and bright. I do like my inks to shade, and I do appreciate a sheen. So there's that. Yeah, so thank you for hanging out with me today, and until my next one, ciao belli.